Welcome, my listeners. My name is Stephen Kamore. If new here, remember to subscribe to continue enjoying more life transforming videos. In this presentation, I want to share with you on healing emotional wounds. What is emotional healing? My listener, emotional healing is the ability to take proper control of the painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions so that they do not interfere with the present. My listener, I want to assure you that emotional healing is possible. As a counselor, I see people make remarkable recoveries, becoming healthy, happy, and more fully themselves, often in ways they never imagined. This is why I am inspired to share with you 11 practical ways of healing emotional wounds. Point number 1. Recognize signs of your emotional pain. My listener, this requires a high level of self-awareness. My listener, if you missed the video on the symptoms of emotional wounds, kindly subscribe and search for it. It is free. Listen and get empowered. Point number 2, accept you are emotionally wounded. The longer you deny or ignore your emotional pain, the longer it will endure. My listener, your pain needs to be recognized and acknowledged. Avoiding pain is the same as denying it. Can I ask you a question? Are you that kind of a person who like keeping all his or her emotions hidden from people around you? Do you prefer restraining your feelings a little too much? If this is the case, you must know that too much emotional suppression can have catastrophic impact not only on your mental health, but also on your physical and also spiritual health. Point number 3, listen to your inner child. It sounds interesting. Every one of us has an inner child. That part of your personality that feels and reacts like a child. Unless you do the work to heal that child, you'll always find yourself carrying your childhood emotional wounds into your adulthood. And they will unconsciously make you violent, they can make you aggressive, or they can lead to self-harming behavior or some self-defeating thoughts. Point number 4, be yourself. It is painful when you are suffering emotionally and at the same time you are denying you are not suffering by faking to be something else. You want to fake happiness. You want to fake calmness. You want to fake peace that is not in you. My listener, this cannot help. What is important is to be yourself. Allow yourself to be who you are. And this is very important. Don't spend a lot of energy trying to be like somebody else or faking people's life and personalities. Always ask yourself, what do I want? Set your own boundaries, have your own beliefs and opinions, stand up on your own values and principles. Eat what you feel is good for you, as long as it's healthy, and always try as much as possible to be real, and especially in matters of emotions. Never fake an emotion that is not part of you. Point number 5, invent in yourself. Always ask yourself, what do I want to be? You can reduce your emotional distress by deciding to become a person who will experience less emotional distress. You can decide to become a calm person. You can decide to become a less critical person. You can decide to become less egoistic and more productive by or even engaging in what we call less self-abusive behaviors, and so on and so forth. Remember, you have a responsibility to decide the person you are going to be or the person you are now. Point number 6, get a grip on your mind. My listener, nothing causes more emotional distress than the thoughts we think. We must identify the thoughts that do not serve us, then dispute those thoughts and demand that they go away, and work hard to substitute them with more useful thoughts. Thinking thoughts that do not serve you or add value on your life is equivalent to serving yourself with a cup full of emotional distress. My listener, remember, it is only you who can get a grip on your own mind. If you won't do that, then you'll always subject yourself into distress. Point number 7, forget the past. My listener, take a pen, write letter O, and then hyphen, and then write the word opportunity. That letter O stands for opportunity. I want us to see that your dream is not in yesterday. Can I give you something interesting? Write the word yesterday. How many O's can you say? There is none. That means in yesterday, there is no opportunity. Yesterday is gone. And you can only probably refer to the lessons of yesterday. But yesterday will not add any value to your tomorrow, because there is the opportunities of yesterday erupted. My listener, write the word today. In that word today, you will find there is one O. That it tells you that in every day that God gives you, there is an opportunity you can utilize to make your yesterday better and to make your future greater. So always focus on today. And that is what Jesus taught, that we should always focus on today, because every day comes with its own challenges. So getting stuck on the experiences of yesterday will only give you more emotional distress, and it will not add you any value. My listener, like the word tomorrow. Look at that word tomorrow. There are several O's. I think 3 of them. That tells you that as you utilize today's opportunity, tomorrow has more opportunities. So always focus on tomorrow. And that's why the Bible tells us to forget the past always, because the past will only add to your emotional pain. Those past events, those past issues that have been hurting you, the best way is to forget them. And as best as you can, with little energy, always let go the past and forget the past. Principle number 8, or point number 8, open yourself to others and also let others in your life. Can I ask you, my listener, and reflect on this question even before you get the answer. Does it hurt you to see your loved ones suffering? This is the same with your loved ones. When they see you suffering, they get affected. And therefore, don't lock yourself in your room and in order to avoid others. Always let them in. It benefits both them and you. My listener, the way we are created by God, we are social creatures. Isolating yourself will only end up making your life experiences more painful and aggravate the pain of your emotional wound. Point number 10, trust in God. My listener, your spiritual health is very important. When your heart is wounded, you cannot say you are spiritually healthy. And that is why it is good to trust in God. The Bible records in the Gospel of John, chapter 14 and verse 27, peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you, not as the world gives, do I give to you. These were the words of Jesus Christ. And in these words, one thing that we get is that there is a precious gift that Lord Jesus Christ left for every one of us, the gift of peace. And this is further emphasized by St. Paul when he wrote his epistle to the Philippians. Philippians chapter 4, verse 4 to about 9. And he was telling these Christians, always rejoice in the Lord. My listener, you cannot rejoice in the Lord with a wounded mind and with a wounded heart. And that is why he was telling these people that they should not be anxious about anything. Anxiety is a major cause of our emotional distress. And he told them, but in everything, even in the painful experiences that are causing us emotional pain, in the midst of that rejection, in the midst of that traumatic experience, by prayer and petitions, and with thanksgiving, present your request to God. My listener, that is the formula of tapping the peace of God, which transcends human understanding. And the most important thing about this verse is that it gives us what really guards our hearts and our mind, the peace of God. And therefore, Paul continues to urge the brethren to be careful of what they are processing in their mind. And he tells them, finally, brothers, whatever is true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, those things that are excellent, those things that are praiseworthy, think about such things. And he tells them, when you do that, you'll enjoy that peace of God that transcends human understanding. Is it not interesting? Simply controlling what goes on in your mind, because what goes on in your mind affects your emotions. Point number 11. See a professional. Now, let me say this. It's unfortunate that we have so many people in our society who are committing suicide, who are emotionally sick, and they don't appreciate the importance of counseling services. May I tell you, the reason why I am sharing this information, one of my main objectives is to try to destigmatize counseling and try to reach out to the members of our community by trying to show them that counseling services can be helpful to them. Let me tell you, my listener, some emotional pain can be very overwhelming, and sometimes that pain may be too much to expect somebody to bear. And that is why it is good to seek for professional help. Seek a help of a therapist or a counselor. They are there for you. Let us embrace counseling services. Let us have positive attitude and embrace these services. Speak about them and always go and seek these services. They are always good. And I can tell you for sure, I have seen many people getting help, including myself, because everybody requires counseling. My listener, I'm sure now you have gained some good insight on how you can heal your emotional wounds. Just to remind you, emotional wounds is real. Never pretend as though it does not exist. Emotional wound erodes your mental and your inner peace. And I want to conclude by reminding you this, that a healthy mind is a peaceful mind. And a peaceful mind is a peaceful life. In my conclusion, my listener, whatever you have learned and received from me through this presentation, practice it. And I can tell you that peace of God that transcends human understanding will be with you, and you are going to lead a happy life. You are going to enjoy that inner tranquility, that inner peace, and life will be bearable for you. My listener, I would like to share with you another inspiring video. But before I do it, kindly remember to subscribe to this YouTube account. Just go there right now. It is free. Just press subscribe. And from today onward, you will continue receiving updates of other upcoming videos. That is the benefit. And this information, I share it freely. There is no cost. It is only you and your airtime. Just to read, listen, and get helped. My listener, I would appreciate if you share this video with a friend. Kindly now turn to your phone and to your computer and search for another video and get inspired and empowered. God bless you. Thank you.